You're tuned in to Floridian Rollo. I'm your host, Floridian Rollo, coming at you with another live stream. Nubreed copying what Ringo TV Reactions doing. That's right. So Ringo TV Reactions just finished doing his live stream, and now you got Nubreed also use the same video, same footage as to what Ringo is talking about. It goes to show you that, as I stated before in my videos, that he has nothing else to talk about. He waits on what Ringo's talking about. And then at a certain point, he listens to what Ringo says. And then he goes on his live channel and talk about the same thing. It's one thing if he's talking about something totally different than Ringo. It's obvious. I don't see how the people don't see it because I see it. One more again, he did it now. He took the other video down. I don't know where the video's at. This video he put up, he just finished about, I guess, 30 minutes ago. Man, this is crazy, man. This is crazy. What's up, Federal Studio? What's up, man? What's going on? Bro, you see what's going on? You go by Nubreed channel, his main channel. He's talking about the same thing Ringo was talking about. This is wild, man. This guy don't have no material. So if Ringo don't do material, he ain't gonna do no material. Man, this is crazy, man. This obsession is beyond unmeasurable. That's an obsession. That is definitely obsession. I'm gonna show you the proof because what I got to do is show you all the proof. I'm not gonna play the clip. I'm not bothering playing his clip. You seen it, right? Yeah, let me go to my thing. Give me 1 second. Let me go to this channel real quick. You know, this is crazy, man. So you see what's going on, man. I don't know what more proof do y'all need than what I've been saying about this set individuals and set individuals like him. What more proof do y'all need than this? If this don't show you what's going on, then I don't know what to tell you. Here it is right here. Now, oh man, you mean to tell me? You mean to tell me that this guy is not applying the same image as Ringo? Because it's kind of like what Ringo would say. You know, he just changed it a little bit to make it seem like he wasn't watching Ringo. And let's go to Ringo's live because this is important because you got to see that too. Hold on 1 second. Let's go to Ringo's channel real quick. Of course, I'm subscribed to him. Let me show y'all. I'm subscribed to Ringo, of course. So you see, okay, let's do this. Hold on 1 second. I gotta
ads on YouTube.
Okay. Let's look at this real quick. Ringo started 2 hours ago. He streamed 2 hours ago, right? Ringo streamed 2 hours ago and talked about this. Okay. Let's see how long ago was this character. Then you're gonna get the answer. How long? He streamed about an hour ago. He streamed about an hour ago. He talked about this for 46 minutes. He streamed about an hour ago, and Ringo streamed about 2 hours ago. So he was watching Ringo's live stream for about at least an hour or so before he started his. You get the drift now, right? You get the drift. Listen, y'all. I don't know what else to tell you. he don't have no material, so he's binge watching what Ringo's talking about. Then go over to his platform, have his lady to do his thumbnail because he don't know how to do thumbnails. And what else is to say? You know, he's kind of doing what Brainwaves is doing as well. Yeah, he's really trying to emulate what Ringo's talking about. This is not normal behavior, to be honest. You could talk about a million things, yet the timing speaks volumes. The timing speaks volumes. Man, oh man, Gold in the Forever Studio. This is not good, man. And it's like he's trying to apologize in a fake way to Ringo. You get my drift? By saying, hey, Ringo, this is how I'm going to apologize. I'm going to do the same material you're doing. I'm going to watch you in the clouds, see what you're talking about, try to add on to my audience, combine what you're talking about, go over there. It seems like I know what I'm talking about before I talk about this topic. Now, there's no way you're going to tell me he found out that tape on his own. No, he saw what Ringo's talking about. He did his research. It took him an hour to find the video. And it's just, man, oh my goodness, y'all. Y'all don't see how Esau is? The emulating of Esau, emulating Jacob. It's crazy. It's crazy, man. It's just like when you look at this whole situation, right, with Nubreed, right? When you look at this whole thing, you come to realize, man, that he hasn't been around certain men. He hasn't grown up around reality. He's been spiteful most of his life, even in his adulthood. And this is the first time he ever dealt with adversity because of his lies, his manipulation, and all the disrespect he has caused to Ringo and to Ringo's wife and children, among other things, you know. And so this is crazy. This is crazy. He really can't do anything without Ringo. He can't depend on the people he rocking with because they don't have no material. The only reason why I'm speaking about this is just to prove to y'all that when people can't let go, you see, Epic. This is the issue I have with Epic. Issue with Epic is he's not calling out Nubreed. He's not calling out Nubreed. Now Epic talking about he had an issue with Ringo and his wife, talking about the situation with Nubreed. Yet and still, you didn't call out Nubreed when him and his wife had the discussion in the disrespect. So, I mean, it don't make no sense, you know, when Nubreed, doesn't have experience with women. And then you talk about your experience with your woman, with your baby moms, excuse me. And I'm saying to myself, Epic, are you listening to yourself? Are you listening to yourself? You're not really listening to yourself. You're caught up in something you're not fully privy to. You haven't met these people. Oh man, I'm telling you, these Esau's, man, they running out of time, y'all. They running out of time. From the high end of Esau to the low tier of Esau, they're running out of time. And the only thing they could do is copy off what we do. You know what I'm saying? They have no more, they have no material. We have to say it right now. Hashtag Nubreed has no more material without Ringo. Ringo, you is the reason why he still wants to do videos. He can't do videos. He can't think of anything else. He can't talk about the chosen one thing no more because that's not going to work. He can't talk about semen because that's not going to work. So he has to talk about what you're talking about. You know, when I did the, what you gonna call it, when I talked about the guys that's opposite of Sprinkle Sprinkle, soft guy era, you know, he shouted me out one time. Newbury shouted me out on the soft guy era thing. Yet, after I did the video, he went and do his video or live stream, excuse me. So, like, I don't know what else to tell y'all, man. It's like every time I say something, it comes to fruition. It's crazy how I called it. I called it a little while back, and it's all coming out, y'all. And I truly, truly believe that Newbury is at an all-time low. Is you would think the guy will have some type of ethic about himself and focus on the family. He can't focus on that because he's trying to get back to where he used to be. And the problem is he's not going to go back to where he used to be because he haven't repent. And he's moving funny. He's moving messy. No matter what you talk about, you can see the frustration. Even with the celebrity thing, I know he sounded frustrated. I don't have to hear the video. Many of you probably heard the video. He sound frustrated even when he talks about the allegations with Diddy or not allegations with Diddy. He's frustrated because he's that's Esau. Diddy is Esau, you know? And so he's frustrated that one of his Esau higher compadres, you know, is making it bad for his culture. You see? Simply Natural Black Light says, hello, Rollo, everyone. He has always copied. This was way before he wronged you. Yeah, I know. Yeah. You know, it's crazy. You know, it's interesting you say that because you think about it, y'all. I was just talking to a friend of mine, and I was telling him that, you know, I miss being in Florida, man. I do. And once I went to Florida, that's when Newbury went to Florida. See, he's not used to doing things on his own. He's not used to doing things on his own. He will not ever get to where he used to be at, you know. From here on out, he will not ever get back to where he used to be because he took the oath and sold his soul. He signed the contract. It is what it is. Yeah, he's talking about himself. He's talking about himself a lot more. He's even frustrated with the Diddy case. He's frustrated with the Diddy case, you know, because he knows that there's some ladies that's going to come out about him. That, you know, the ladies he have children with, we don't know about, allegedly. You know, because like I told y'all, it's all going to come out. And I'm going to tell you something. You know what's crazy, y'all? I was by Cortez channel, right? Cortez, shout out to Cortez, him and his wife. You know, they broke down the pop the balloon thing like I did earlier. Do you know they want me to do a pop the balloon in New York? You know I'm not going to do that, right? Remember I told you guys that, you know, the thing with the ladies here, they've been looking at me kind of like want me to get involved in some things. And that's one of the things they want me to get involved in is the New York Pop the Balloon. She watches my channel. I want to say this to her respectfully. You know, hey, I don't know about me dealing with somebody in some New York. No, 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 no. Respectfully, no. Now, if you want me to be an editor or help with the camera work, and you guys got some arrangements for payment, I'll do that. I'll let you know behind the scenes about that. I'm talking about it publicly because, I seen her. I know she's big time. She got friends that's very popular. It's just that I'm just like, nah, I'm not dealing with no chick in New York. No, 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 no. Brainwaves, they trying to keep me in New York, Brainwaves. Brainwaves, they trying to keep me in New York. You got this chick called um, New York Pop the Balloon Show. They're trying to get me on New York Pop the Balloon Show because if I go on there, that'll boost the ratings. Not only boost the ratings, they get a lot of views. I just don't want to talk to no chicken on New York. On the dating level, no, 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 absolutely not. And my thing is, you know, I know I have the talent to go on the show. I probably will pull off a chick in New York. It's just that I'm not trying to stay in New York. Like, Florida's my home. And my thing with Nubreed is that he's been in the South for almost 4 years, right? About 4 or 5 years. I'm sure about 3 to 4 years. I don't know. Seemed like about 3 years. He's been in about 4 years. 4 years. Yeah, 4 years. 4 years. And you ain't got nothing going on. You ain't got nothing going on. What I did in Florida in 2 years, because I'm counting the time. I've been there about 2 years. Because I've been back in New York for almost a year as a resident again. And that's, to me, that's too long. So I've done more in the South than you. And Ringo has done tremendously more, putting in a lot of work in the South and North Carolina, respectfully, than you ever did in Georgia. You have stooped so low, Nubreed, that you have to wait on Ringo to talk about certain things for you to talk about. That's not good, man. Nubreed, that's not good. You proving me right again. You proving me to be right again about you. And it's getting to the point, I don't even want to talk about you like that because it's so easy and predictable. Listen, it's getting to the point, y'all, that it's so easy and predictable with content creators, even with the celebrity thing. Let me talk about that real quick. Let me tell you something. New York City is done after 2024. Because, see, what I was saying in Ringo's chat is that it's not Diddy that's going to pay the lawsuits. It's the taxpayers, whether you're on the high end of the spectrum to the low end of the spectrum. That tax dollar is going to those victims. It's not coming from Diddy's pocket. Y'all don't understand the powers that be. When you sue somebody, whether it's a high profile, a police officer, that's why now police officers are, Brainwitz could talk about this. Police officers have to be mindful of false arrest because now that comes out of your pocket. You get what I'm saying? If you wrongfully arrest somebody, that comes out of your pension that you get from the department. That's why it's lawlessness here. Because if you arrest somebody and you arrest them and you ain't got no case, and the parents or certain people get involved, yeah, that's a huge lawsuit. And so what I'm saying is that while the victims deserve to get what they need to get, and this monster deserves to be in jail, it's just that the taxpayer is already paying for the migrants' services, you know what I'm saying? And so, like, justice is served, yet it affects people's pockets here. I don't see New York being a city next year, 2025, especially when the mayor goes down and his corruption is higher than Diddy's corruption. Jay-Z, the fall of New York is already begun. The fall of the North Star is already begun, which is Satan's kingdom. And this is why it's important for the people that's in the truth, that's in the North States, to get ready to go back home to the South, make some connections. You know what I'm saying? Because it's beyond the Diddy thing. I'm looking at it from all aspects. You do not want to be in the North States in 2025. If you are in the North States 2025, be mindful of who you deal with, who you talk to, who you interact with, and make sure you have more than one phone on you, because it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy in the North, and that's why I'm not pushing fear. I'm just, in reality is that a lot of companies are miraculously, with this case, a lot of CEOs is stepping down. They might close their businesses. It's going to be crazy 2025 in the North States. And I could pick it up based on what I'm seeing, based on what I'm seeing, observing. You know, he said it does come out of the officer's pay. Yeah, it does. And so you got to be mindful of what you do. And so getting back to New Breed is at an all-time low because he's seen Ringo winning and it's bothering him. You could tell. It's bothering him. He's bothered by Ringo and his success. Because how is it that you left DMV? You left a studio DMV to a studio in Georgia. That don't make no sense. What are you doing with your money, man? You worse than an infidel, Nubreed. Real talk. You worse than an infidel, man. You're not taking care of your priorities, bro. You're not taking care of your priorities. And the disrespect is making it worse for you. And I'm calling you bro, meaning like in a way, because Esau is our brother, yet he is not of God. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, man, the disrespect you said about Ringo, his wife, the kids, and your situation now occurring, bro, you're not taking care of your own household. It's obvious. Brainwaves pointed that out. It's true. And when you go to a southern state, what I learned, man, they don't play those. You don't take care of your responsibility for your family. I don't think you overstand, because it's not in your New Breed. I don't think you overstand the opportunities that you're missing out on when you have a significant other. You don't see, you could, because see, in the North, my thing is right with the North doesn't value family like they do in the South. They don't. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Even Ringo touched on it. The South values family more than the Northern states. I don't care what none of you folks in the Northern states tell me. I don't care what none of you say. Let's keep it real. The North wants you to work, 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 work. Don't make time for your family and be at a certain age and don't enjoy life. I met people in Florida no matter what their pay grade is. They traveling, they go to different places, and they still have money left over to take care of the responsibilities. No matter what their bracket is at, they have people to look out for them just in case if they need that help. Where can you get that in the North at? And I'm going to tell you something. I would rather be there now than where I'm at today. I would rather be there now because even when I went through some adversity there, I still did more there than I ever did in New York. Even running a business in New York, it took time to see things going through. And even that is nothing compared to where I work at. My first gig was the hospital. My second gig was the hospitality. I mean, I don't think y'all realize that to see this guy Nubreed lied on me, to ricochet it to Ringo, to Brainwiz, Ethel 2 years ago. This guy done messed up a lot of people. And now to see him step at an all-time low, copying Ringo's video to his audience as if he came up with the content, that's straight up embarrassing. Yeah, he don't have a home. That's crazy, man. Y'all seen me in my place in Orlando. Y'all seen me. It took me time to get a house in Orlando. It took me time to get a house in Orlando. You know what I'm saying? Got people staying there, Shout out to, you know, the third party. Shout out to them. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's so, Brainwaves, it's so many homes that they will give to families in Georgia for little to none in a nice area. I don't know what's his problem. I just don't know what's his problem. He don't know how to talk. He doesn't know how to talk to people. It's obvious. Because me personally, if I have 6 children by 4 different women, bro, we're all going down to the specific place. We're gonna have the conversation. They're gonna see them about my business. And because they see my kids in my life, there's many places Georgia will give you a house, little to none, and help you out if your credit ain't good, or, you know, they'll be more lenient because you have a family. Man, I tell you, man, people don't know how to talk, man. He don't know how to talk. When we was around him, he ain't had too much to say. I'm telling you, I met the dude 2 times. I was doing more of the conversation. I was leading the way. So it's like he's not ready to lead somebody in some land. That's why even D. Dowell can't lead the land. A lot of people think he could lead the land. No, he's like a spokesperson to get the people to the land. He's not a leader. It's the people you don't see that he don't want you to see. Be instructing him what he needs to do. You get what I'm saying? Like when you see Brainwiz, he's a natural born leader. When you see Ringo, he's a natural born leader. You know what I'm saying? They natural born leader men in their perspective way of doing things. And that's what's bothering him. And what he's upset about, Nubreed, is that how is it that they talking to Rollo? Two guys that, did videos about Rollo. How's it they talk? I don't think he's really upset of Brainwiz and Ringo is talking. He's upset that Brainwiz and Ringo is talking to me more so, and I'm gonna explain why. And Brainwiz and Ringo, you could correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think he was necessarily upset when you was going to do the mediation. It's when I came on the panel Brainwaves on your panel, and I was being respectful, and I retract, you retract, and that made Ringo look into it and retract what he said. That's why he didn't come on. Because when you think about it, Nubreed was trying to prove something in Charlotte. And when I came, he saw your Wichita's now wife, at the time his lady, the other people was showing love at the bowling alley. And it's kind of like when Newbury came, the shift changed. You got to understand something. If you go back to your Wichita's old video when he talked about, I met him, his lady at the time, which is his wife, his daughter was there, and we was at the bowling thing. You could see the smile in his face. He was like literally happy to talk to a guy like me because he know I got what it takes. And of course, he knows Newbury a little bit longer, yet and still, Newbury's not lead by example. That's why he came to me, which is about helping people with homes. And I'm saying to myself, I don't know these people. Newbury know these people. Why Newbury can't put them in homes? Now looking back at it, I see why. Because he don't got a home of his own. Man, you should be, if anything, he should have took notes from Ringo how to get a home. Because Ringo know how to talk. Because it's not easy getting a home in the South. People, don't think it's easy. It's not easy to get a home in the South. You know what I'm saying? Brainwaves could tell you that. There's people with credible making serious money you don't even know who's making serious money. And it's hard to get a home in the South right now. It's very hard. Very, very hard. I put it to y'all like this. I'm going to be real with y'all. You have more of a chance to get something in the North than in the South right now. That's not to say you can't get something there. The competition is real right now. Super real. And there's people outside of America that's buying majority of certain places in the South. And what's happening is the governors is trying to figure out ways to give it back to the American people because they realize they need the American people because, they don't play that in the South. And so my point is, like, when you get something, man, give the people props because it's not easy to get something in the South. And to maintain it and to keep it up, salute Ringo for doing that, man. Salute Brainwaves for doing that. Instead of you getting upset with them. So, yeah, he has an issue with me because, the ladies show me love, you know what I'm saying? And, he's that type of guy. He don't like to see a guy of my caliber get ladies, like ladies online, because he tried to get ladies online. He can't even get no lady. He had one particular named Sophia. It just didn't work out. That's the one that had a son with him. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's the one that had a daughter by him, is Sophia. I think they worked something out. Who knows? Allegedly. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know why he's continuing to copy Ringo. Where you gonna get out of that? I don't know how his audience don't see that. They must be definitely under heavy sedosis. So, yeah. Let me put the link in the chat. Maybe somebody want to come on and talk to me about this for a few minutes. Hold on one second. Let me do something here. Yeah, let me put the link in the chat. Yeah. Hold on. Wrong thing. Yeah, so I put the link in the chat. It's just crazy, man, how They running out of material, y'all. They really, really running out of material. So I know once me, Brainwiz, Selena, Ethro, and more likely two other people may come on the panel when we do the pop the balloon thing, when we talk behind the scenes. Watching gonna try to figure out how you could get a couple of ladies, a couple of guys. It won't be the same like us. It won't. I'm sorry, Esau. You're not on that level. Your brain cannot occupy who is who, what is what. We do this naturally. We have that gift to see through people. And y'all don't have that. Y'all go based off the father of your lies, who is not dumb, because the devil is not dumb. He plays dumb. Yet he's not dumb because he was the right hand man to God. At the same time, y'all just don't have the equivalent to deal with the reality like we do. So let me go get this phone real quick. In the meantime, I'll show y'all again. Let me show y'all the evidence again. All right. Show y'all the evidence again. Let's see. Y'all see, he did this 103 minutes ago, right? 103 minutes ago. Let's go to Ringo. Let's go to Ringo TV Reactions. I got to type it in. You go to Ringo TV Reactions channel, right? And he did his live. Let me pause it. He did his live 2 hours ago. So he started his 2 hours ago. And this dude did his hours and some change ago. It goes to show you, man. This is crazy. This is really, really crazy. Oh, we have somebody in the house. Hold on one sec. No, that's my thing. Okay, I thought somebody was coming on. My fault. All right. Let me stop sharing. Give me 1 second while I go get the phone, y'all. We're going to continue this conversation. Hold on 1 second. 1 second. Y'all be right back. Can y'all hear me good? Can y'all hear me loud and clear? I'm telling y'all, it's very unfortunate. Hold on, I gotta check this baseball thing real quick. It's the Mets losing to Brainwiz Braves. Oh yeah, we lost to your team, Brainwiz. The Mets lost. We'll get y'all tomorrow. We'll get y'all tomorrow. Y'all won game 1 of the 3. We'll get the next 2. Let me look at the standings. Hold on, let me check the wild card thing real quick. 1 second. So we 1 game ahead of y'all in the wild card. And Arizona still is tied. Okay, so we own the ownership to Arizona. And y'all won 6 games and the Mets won 5 games. So if the Mets win the next 2 games, they're in the wild card because this is key. This is key. Yeah, they gotta win tomorrow. Okay, let me do something here. Let me do something here. Hold on 1 second. Give me 1 second, y'all. Got to get this situated. We got 20 people in the building. Make sure you get the lights up. So when you think about this, right? The only reason why he's doing this is because he has nothing to fall back on. Like, he can't talk about anything outside of what Ringo's talking about. It's too obvious. He's not even hiding it no more. He's like, whenever Ringo talk about something that I believe I could capitalize with my audience, I'm going to talk about it. And you know what's the crazy part? You're going to have Epic and all these guys going to say, you know, Epic is doing the same thing with his hypocritical self. He talking about 50 Cent. He said he will not ever talk about celebrities either. Yeah, he's talking about celebrities. Listen, I don't take none of these people serious, as Ringo say. They say one thing, it's always another thing. We got somebody in the building. Hold on 1 second. We got Brother Brainwiz. Hold on, let me add him on. What's going on, Brainwiz?
What's up, Rollo? It's good to be in the building. I definitely appreciate you having me on. I know to many people I haven't been on as I usually have, and I want to chime in about what you're saying about Nubreed copying Ringo. The irony of it is, so the way you've been doing your content, it's not really conducive for him to copy you at the moment.
Correct.
So he's kind of fought. He fell back on that, and definitely he's been focusing on Ringo because Ringo's been putting out innovative content. You know, he's back to, as some people would say, he's back to his old self. He's more available. He's got a lot more that's coming too that's not going to be able to be duplicated. And one thing, I haven't been putting out any content for him to copy me. That's the ironic thing about it, because all of the celebrity stuff, I'm aware of every single play by play, every single thing that's taking place and happening. Not just with the Diddy situation, but I've always been aware of this. The whole Allison Holker, Stephen Twitch boss, like everything that's taking place in the media, people be telling me, I see and I know it. But I deliberately choose not to speak on most of it, if not all of it. And it's kind of what you were saying earlier. I don't want to be that same content creator that everyone is doing the same thing. And it doesn't mean that if you talk about these stories that that's what you're trying to do. But in the case of New Breed, it's clear, like you're saying, there's no material. He can't figure out anything else. He can't talk about chosen ones. He's been checkmated there. And I know he's watching my stuff because he's backpedaling. He can't talk about gang stalking and they're trying to destroy you and demons and all of that stuff. He tries, but he can't really go there because he's been checkmated there. So the only quote unquote safe area he can try to dabble in is the celebrity thing. And he has no footing in that because, one, he said that he doesn't talk about those things.
Right.
So that already is messing up his footing. Yet you see the people in his live, well, in his comment section, they're hypocrites because, oh, they're like, oh, I'm so glad you're talking about it. And then two, there's other people that are already far more established about talking about those things. Um, there's so many. I mean, from O'Shea, like, we can start dropping a bunch of names, but like O'Shea's got the whole celebrity junk. So
Right.
there's people that we know cover these stories. Ringo literally has a reaction channel, so of course he's going to react to the things that happen. And even I've been covering those things in the past. I was covering like all the celebrity situations and deaths and turns and all that stuff
Right.
at one point in time. And so he's what's happening, what's essentially happening. We're about to approach October. And
Yeah.
once we get into October, everything's going to accelerate, and we're essentially going to see him glitch out. because he has refused to do what he needs to do. He's not only not focusing on the content that he needs to do, he has a newborn daughter at the very least, so he need to be spending time bonding with her. These are very critical years. Like, I shouldn't even have to say this as a parent. Like, all parents know, when you have a new child, I know it's like, oh, just let the mom, let the mom, let the mom. Okay, when you let the mom do that and you show her that you're not going to be around at all, especially in those beginning years, you show no excitement. That's like buying a new car, you don't drive it. You know, say,
Correct,
yeah,
correct,
I got
correct.
the new whip. No, I ain't, and I'm not talking about somebody who's just got a ton of cars and they just choose to not, they're not driving it because they got like, 75 other vehicles. We're talking about like a person, a new, a mini you. This is a miniature version of you, male or female. So those women are going to end up having an issue with him because they like if they don't have an issue, they're either going to have one or have more of an issue because he's not around. He too busy. See, that's confirmation right there, Rollo.
Yeah,
Instead of covering celebrity junk, why don't you spend time with your daughter? See, like, why haven't I been on today? Because I was out with my family. It's funny. Guess what my wife said? My wife said we ought to do a walking video. We just walked 3 miles, and that was on top of the 7 miles that I already did. So I've got 22,633 steps right now and counting.
that's what's
Uh,
up. That's what's up.
11, like 11 and a half miles. And so she was like, this came out of nowhere. She was like, hey, maybe we should do them videos too, because she saw how fun it was. Like with Ringo and his wife walking,
Right, right.
it reminds that's a fun thing. So what I'm saying in terms of New Breed, he has a newborn daughter at the very least. I don't know if it's a boy around, if it's more than one child. I thought he had two sets. From my understanding, he was supposed to have like four kids being born a birth right now. Two, like it was two pairs by two
Twins, yeah.
different two twins or whatever, by two different his baby mothers or whatever. But
Right.
anyway, he should be spending time with them, with the moms, because what's going to happen is it's going to be a fallout. And this is what happens with a lot of men. They be like, oh, yeah, I'm a man. I got to do man stuff. Let the woman take care of the kids. I don't ever want to be around. And so what happens is you end up creating a void, whether you realize it or not, in that child's life. And that comes back to bite you in the butt. And so for him to, it's kind of goes back to what you were saying, like with your with the Zah. When he was talking with you and he wanted you to get more involved, say, with the home project, we'll just call it the home project, than New Breed. And at the time, obviously, it didn't make sense, but it makes sense now because you can clearly see, and I'm going to talk about this when I get around to doing a video. You clearly see that he does not take the time, energy, or focus to do what's necessary to cultivate any type of relationships. Like
Correct.
in any. I mentioned that he promotes everybody else's channel, like Epic and all of them, Clone and Cloaks and all these these attack dogs. But yet he doesn't even promote his own wife's channel. So supposed wife, who is an artist. You gotta look at it. She's an artist. She'll do content. So you would think she's out there in the public. Why don't you promote her? I mean, even your with the Zah had promoted his lady, which definitely is his wife now. Even he
Right.
was promoting her. That makes sense. So how you gonna have this shows a pattern. He's not supporting his family, but then yet he's attacking. So then he attacks Ringo's family because
Correct.
he's jealous of that family net. Obviously
And
he's,
in living conditions too.
yes, the living conditions. He saw it. He could see the unity, the happiness, and what I believe, and now it's making more sense with that move situation. I believe that it was a way to try to cause strife and issues and division with Ringo, like on Ringo's side, because anyone that's moved understands that when you move, especially across states, that's a very big undertaking, to say the least. Very big.
Yeah. Correct.
And,
Correct.
and that's a vulnerable time. I mean, you have all your property out, you're thinking about this, everyone's tired, exhausted. there's a lot going on. And so those seems to be the times where you could see that New Breed with all of us, he kind of caught us. Like for instance, you with the whole North Carolina situation. It
Right.
was late at night. Think about when the whole Millennium Jets and everything took place. It was late at night when everyone was tired. Everyone came back from being out. We worn down. Boom, that situation took place. Me on the land after everything, after being tired, exhausted, deathly sick, so to speak. Boom, that
Correct.
took place. We see the same pattern. So this guy is the reason why I bring this up. He's extremely dangerous. Like Dow is a joke in comparison to him because
Yeah.
Pastor Dow stay in his lane. Like he's just staying in his lane. He's gonna do what he's gonna do, and he's not really gonna branch out. He's like, okay, I'm comfortable, I'm good. But with New Breed, he'll branch out to other platforms, branch out to other people.
Correct.
He'll
Correct.
just keep on trying to find his way in and destroy everything.
Correct. That's the problem.
This is
But
wild.
this is what Epic don't see because he knows that he could put something out on Epic worse than what he did to us. And the reason why I say that is because Epic is known to he's the type of person who would share a lot of personal things about his past. You see how Newbie didn't know about my W-2, what type of work I did,
Yes.
because I didn't tell Charity, and I was smart enough not to tell her. You know what I'm saying? Because she
Yes.
would have said it, even though she claimed she wouldn't say it. If you said what you said on the platform, and I told you not to go on, you went on. The point is, I'm glad I didn't tell her. You know what I'm saying? There's certain things you should not tell a woman you meet to begin with until you see that she's trustworthy. You put her through certain things that you want her to know. And she said about this and that and the third. And I'm like, wow. So that goes to show you that he don't realize that there's ladies that it's gonna come to you or me or Ringo in due time if they find out, you know, that we knew him and met him and may come on and say what they gonna say. Is he gonna like it? No. Yet you did it on your side. You know what I'm saying? To the point that it affected not only working situations, opportunities with people that I can't get back. At the same time, I'm glad I listened to Nina Brown because Nina Brown pretty much said a lot of things that I talked about of me going back to Florida a couple of days ago. You know, I believe you was in the chat where all the planes was going by. Yeah, you was in the
Oh,
chat.
yes, yes.
So it's like, and the planes is going by again. So it's like it's just amazing, man, that he can't say anything about me because he's worried about me going back to Florida. He's worried. And I know he's worried because he knows that there's no lie. I got places down there. So he's trying to figure out, damn, man, how did Rollo pull that off? Well, I put myself in a situation, going through a third party, rent it out for them. And then in due time, they let me get the places. Now, is it in my name? No. It's somebody over it, the overhead. I'm just the person responsible for the distribution of it. And I get a certain percentage. I just don't touch that. And the reason why I don't touch that is because it's tax related. As you know, when you like a partaker in someone else's home, you got to pay off the taxes. And a lot of people don't know about that southern state, man. It's different than the northern state, man. It's different when it comes to home related. Brainwoods would tell you.
Yeah, if y'all never had property or attempted to get property, I don't care if it's your personal property, rental property, whatever, it's a total different dynamic on how things operate down here than up north. It's like a lot of steps. It's almost as if they like let's just say you have 10 steps
Yep.
that are required with just running a home any which way you decide to run it. It's like in the north they cut out like you may have steps like 1 through 4, and then they cut out like 5, 6, 7, and 8, and
Correct.
they just have 9 and 10. And you just like when you it's a shock if you've experienced both areas or know people that have experienced both. It could be a good shock or bad shock depending on which direction you're going in, but it's totally different down here. And I'm just gonna I'm gonna say this. I'm very big on, and I'm sure actually we all are. We're very big on. I'll just at least to speak for myself. Um, Credentials when it comes to a person that is older, okay? Like they're not in their 20s. They're not
Right.
a teenager. They're not in their, 20s. Once you start getting to your upper 30s, 40s, 50s, what have you, there's certain credentials that you should just naturally have, which validates you, just certain credentials. And if you
Yeah.
don't have those credentials, certain things you should have obtained, accomplished, and you say that you're trying to obtain and accomplish things, it raises a lot of red flags because people are going to be like, okay, well, where's this or where's that? For instance, if you talk about building a community, well, then people are going to look at your reputation in the community. They're gonna either look at your reputation and or see, okay, do you have a family yourself or how's the family dynamics? They don't have to know all the details, but
Yeah.
they can pretty much tell. They're gonna look at your relationships with people in the community, your job, if you or whatever it is you do for work and hobbies. They're gonna look at all of that. Social media can be included in that as well. So when
Yeah.
people look at those things, because social media is only one facet of it, and it is a facet that people embellish on. So you can't take what you see on social media as word is bond, so to speak, because people make up stuff, they lie, they can manipulate things, they can have a fake persona, fake credentials, and all of that. But if you look at what they have on social media in combination with who they are in real life or what they should have attained by a certain point in time, then if it matches up, you're like, okay, well, yeah, what they have going on social media is legit. In the case of Nubreed, if you look at what's going on his end, you see no, again, I mentioned where is the marriage license, where's the paperwork, where are the
Right.
witnesses, where's the ceremony? If you don't do any of that in the eyes of God, then you're not married. I don't care what nobody says. They can quote scripture this and quote scripture that. You can have 100 wives. If those wives have not agreed and say, yes, there's some paperwork on wife number 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever it is, or they've went to a wedding, et cetera, or something, they can vouch like, yes. As a matter of fact, the wives are the witnesses. Very easy. If none of that's actually taking place, then you're not married. So you have no stability there on his end with his home front. Then we're hearing like with his hospital video, he's acting as if he's never. And I talked to me and Ringo. We talked about this. Ringo, he just went live with it before I got a chance to even talk about it in detail. But you
Mhm.
see no experience in terms of how the hospital dynamics work when you check in. His experience with a child, it's just like he's trying to showboat, like, yeah, I delivered the baby. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I delivered the baby as if he really knows about delivering babies. Quite frankly, I'm going to say something that could be considered one way. Unless you're a doctor or some, medical person, you're known in the community as a medical professional to be delivering babies. Technically, that's what we know as midwives. And that's something
Correct.
that women do. So while he's running around bragging, talking about, yeah, I'm a man, he actually did something that women do. And I'm not saying you can't do things that women do, but it just says a lot about him bragging about his bravado. But you see no stability on his end. UP Farms, again, I'm not even talking about UP Farms from our experience. Let's just look at it today. Where is his property? Where is his yurt? Where is his something built on the land? Where is it?
Nowhere.
Um,
Nowhere
it's
to be found.
nowhere. So how could we? why would I be inspired as an individual wanting to invest in his land? He has nothing. And then the other people out there have nothing. Even Mike has nothing out there.
Correct.
So
Right.
he's aligning himself. Look at Epic. Epic is running around in the street all the time, and then you got people that like on Nubreed's platform trying to say, "Well, he's not homeless. He's not homeless." Okay, well, he may not be homeless, but he sure is not showing anything that he has any type of ownership. No car, no property. I don't ever see him enter inside of a building. He
Nobody's talking to him.
Yes, no one. And
No
he in the
interaction.
streets. And he in the streets of New York, the city that never sleeps. Come on, bro.
Well,
So
it sleeps on actual things. However, yeah, you're right. It don't sleep on when it comes to entertainment. Yeah, exactly.
yeah, you know what I mean by it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Something should be popping. These are the people that New Breed surrounds himself. And then same thing, if you look at the people in his live chat, you look at the comment section, it's people that for the most part, we don't know every single person, obviously, but you can tell it's people that are not trying to do anything with their lives.
Correct.
So of course they're very quick to attack another individual or those that are trying to do things, those that have something reputable put out there. So with what New Breed's doing, everything he's doing will absolutely fail unless he changes course. It has nothing to do with you, me, any of us. He will not be successful with everything. Like he created a TikTok and he has 2 videos. He doesn't have someone to inspire him. Where's his baby mothers inspire him? Hey, baby, did you put a video up? Did you want to release this? Because he's probably not around and they like the piece of him not being around. Um,
Mm-hmm,
and,
mm-hmm.
it's just look, speaking of copying, let's bring this up. He could be copying Ringo. You know how Ringo has his wife in his video, they do the, outdoor exercising videos, and they're gonna have other things they're doing. New Breed could try to copy Ringo in that aspect and be like, "Yeah, I'm outside with my woman." But see, he can't actually show them right now because of the dynamics. I
Correct.
don't. I don't believe that it's good dynamics. I believe that if it's Sophia or whoever that just had his daughter. I don't know if it's the other way around with Mariah that just had the daughter, Michaela, or whatever. I don't. I really don't know what's going on. But one thing that I do know is some tension in the house when it comes to what's going on. Like one of them are upset. I'm pretty sure they were expecting more. Maybe they hung around because of the UP Farms money, and maybe that could have been used to help them get married in some form or fashion, have some type of actual ceremony, but that didn't take place. But we saw Yuwitazar do his end, and
Yeah, that's
it's
gonna put pressure on him. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
they're like, how come you didn't take me? One, I didn't get to go to the wedding. Women love to go to weddings, even if they married. Women love those social. You said it. They like to have fun, so they
Yeah.
look at
They go
wedding
to
as
both places. Yeah, yeah, yep.
yeah. You know what I'm talking about, Rollo.
Yeah.
So they didn't get to go to neither. None of them got to go to the wedding. They was like, that's supposed to be your man. This is what women are thinking, and you ladies can correct me if I'm wrong. They like, okay, I thought they supposed to be tight. I should have went to the wedding. I could have had fun. I was looking forward to putting this dress, dancing, eating. Maybe it would have inspired my man New Breed to, want to take me or take us down the aisle, something, right? Nothing.
Mm-hmm.
No talks, no plans, no nothing. And then this baby situation, they like, okay, now I got this baby. Because it's one thing when you're carrying it in your stomach. It's another thing when the baby's on the outside.
Correct.
See, there we go again. They ain't getting no sleep. The mom's up. Where's he at? He up there talking about stupid celebrity junk. I'm gonna call it like O'Shea would say it. It's not important in the grand scheme of things right now. Like you see how I'm busy right now, for example. I'm busy. I wanted to go live tonight. I even thought about it, but then I saw Ringo was on, you went on, and I was like, oh, that's my cue to just kick back. But
Right.
the point that I'm making is you see that I've been busy because I've been with family.
Yeah, you've been doing your thing. Absolutely. Yeah.
those are priorities when you have them.
Correct.
And you're not seeing that with Newbury. So his priorities are all out of order.
It is.
And these people that are aligned with him have their priorities out of order. Like Epic don't need to be focusing on no content, for example. He need to focus on whatever it is that he's good at. If he was a car salesman, he need to focus on getting back into that or doing something similar or whatever it is that he got going on instead of trying to make videos and quote unquote have people accountable. That's not his lane. That's
No,
not
it's not.
something
It's not. It's not.
he just not without coaching and guidance. Um, that's just not what he needs to do. But these are the people, all those guys on New Breed's platform, they're all young guys. Um, they have to find their way. You see what I'm saying? I know you understand this because we're considered elders to them. They don't know really what they're doing. They think they know, just like we thought we knew back in the day. But most of those guys in their 20s, um, I don't know, maybe one or two might just so happen to be 30, but most of them that I know, they're in their 20s. So they really don't know what they're doing and they're just running around aimless. But those are the type of people that Newbury has himself surrounded. And
Correct.
so how could he be encouraged to do better, encouraged to grow, encouraged not to copy when he doesn't listen to Pastor Rufus, who is an elder? He didn't listen to Elder Chawatazar. He didn't. He definitely didn't listen to you because he kicked you out of the picture. Don't want to listen to Ringo. Don't want to listen to me. Like you, the whole pattern is going on. So he has no one around him that he could actually listen to better himself.
Correct.
And this is why he's done. Like the Most High put all of us in his life, in his path. There's no mistake when the Most High allows us to cross paths with individuals when he is in the center of our lives. Like when we live by him and his word, when we cross path with people, good or bad, there's reasons for that. There's lessons to be learned. And
Right.
he had opportunities just like we learned. We know what to do and what not to do. The same thing goes with him, but he's showing what I clearly see is at some point in time is like he stopped growing in terms of maturity. Uh, I don't know if it's the mayor. I don't know if it's the weed because I know that whatever age you start smoking, that's basically your mentality. No matter how old you are physically, until you stop or what have you, or some exceptions to the rule. So,
Right.
like, I don't know if it's just that a combination of things, but he's literally on in every front on social media. It's gonna be bigger than just Georgia. Like he's gonna burn. This is what's dangerous. Every opportunity that he has to do something with his life, he's potentially burning all of those bridges, all of them.
Yep.
And
Fact.
that's what's dangerous. And then the women are going to leave because if you ain't doing something, women gonna leave you. Especially
Correct.
they down here in the South. Like you
Correct.
said, Rollo, women in the South don't play. So even if they're northern women, if they're accustomed to the cultures down here in the South, they gonna be like, "Well, girl, you know what we do down here? Girl, what did he take you? Look, he take you down the aisle. You ain't got no marriage license. What, did y'all? Do you ain't no set, girl? You ain't got no ring or nothing. Hey, when all those things be brought up, they gonna be like, "Yep, you right," and they gonna be supported in the sisterhood unless they find another guy or something like that. But in terms of him, he's gonna be completely isolated. This is the danger with him. And what's going to happen is when people are isolated, generally isolated for reasons like that, they are capable of doing very dangerous things. And this is one of the reasons why I said he's dangerous. I don't think people understand this.
Yeah.
Um,
I
the
do
mo-
agree.
like the Most High is going to deal with him, obviously.
Correct.
So we not pushing no fear. I'm just talking about the process. I've seen it. People think I'm joking with this whole life coach thing. Like I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. I'm like, when you talk to thousands of people under 10 years old and over 90 around the world, white, black, green, blue, purple, straight, atheist,
Right.
Satanist, Christian, Israel, like in every walk of life, I don't care what the religion is. I don't care what their understanding and system is. I mean,
Correct.
you can pretty much recognize this, and that's the path that New Breed is on. And I don't think he realizes that total destruction, like Gargamel says, from mountain to shore on the Smurfs. He's literally on that. He's literally on that tip. Um,
He is. He is. How you doing, Selena? Selena, welcome to the live stream. Good to see you. Hey, let me say this, right? If you think about it, man, he don't realize when he made that move to Georgia 4 years ago, how much opportunities he had in the South. He ain't gonna get that because once they close you off forever. There's no second chances with them, and I think he knows he can't be in Georgia too long because of the situations of the climates he has created, and they're all going to get together. They're going to have that conversation, whether they're together or they're in different parameters. They're going to have that conversation before the year's over. And that's going to be his biggest thing, his biggest downfall, because they heard what he said about Ringo's wife, and the daughters. Don't think it don't bother them because it bothers them. It bothers them because they're like, why would you say that? If you got an issue with Ringo, it's one thing, which I don't know how you have an issue with Ringo because the man invited you to his house, to his family, and you doing all of this. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, he made the biggest mistake ever in his life. Not only what he did to me, what he did to Ringo, what he did to you, and the connections that you brothers are starting to have. He will not. He can't recover from that. There's no doubt. None of them can do compared to what we do. I'm saying that right now. I'm saying it. And how I know that to be the case is if you think about it, they got all this land, all this initiative going on, yet nothing is popping. They all quiet because they know that it's not that the people's catching on, so they got to go to other spaces, and other spaces know about us because you don't know who's watching. And I'm gonna say this: brainwaves could relate to this. I'm gonna tell you this: one person could be watching a channel that's very, very, very successful. They watch, they won't say nothing, they won't come in chat. And I heard of a story of two YouTubers just doing regular talk, got away from all the nonsense, and somebody changed their life. He had that chance with us. He won't ever get that same support that you guys are getting right now. With me, I know my time is coming when it's supposed to come. It's just that it has to be you guys taking care of more because you have a family. I don't have a family. I have a lady. Yes, I don't have a family. At the same time, it's important for me to be back in the South because I have brothers and sisters that it's looking forward to. They say I'm missing out on a lot of things, the things they showing me. Because of what he did, that's why he's suffering economics. Because I am the economics. If you ask anybody that's been connected with me, look how everybody's life changing. They starting to get more services, more things happening. He had that chance with us and he messed up because he wanted to do the oath, he wanted to sell his soul, he wanted to compromise his morals and his values. And now he's giving us more of who he is. Selena's well connected. Etho's connected. How do you how the people you're talking to? How do you say they connected? Connected to who? Nobody really watches them. Nobody really watches them and see what they're doing unless it's messy. And it's not really messy, it's just discord. It's not serious because we know we ain't doing those things that people's talking about. Go ahead, Brainwaves.
Man, man. You know, what you said about being connected, that's what I talk about all the time. Everything's about community. When you say you never know who's watching, again, just like in the business world, any circles you go into, everyone knows everyone. Like people, for instance, with the whole Diddy situation, oh, he's connected to all these people. Well, that's what happens with people in the industry. They all know of each other, even if they don't personally know. Like if they didn't personally speak to them, they have heard of the names, and they someone told them, or they know someone that has heard of the names or told that individual or those individuals. And so the thing that New Breed is doing, besides quote unquote burning bridges with individuals and cutting off his profitability, he's most importantly doing this with the Most High. And the Most High knows every single person, obviously.
Right.
For should take a rocket scientist to figure that part out. But that's goes back into that scripture when I was talking about when you have favor with the Most High, you also can have favor with men. There's literally a scripture for that. And so by him behaving this way, what he has to understand, this is what people don't get. Sometimes when you do things, it even goes back into, like I was saying, like your family, the people around you, or the people you think you cool with. All of a
Right.
sudden, those people start feeling some type of way about you. And you'll be like, well, I thought we was cool. And it's not, you're not even doing anything. It's essentially him reaping the same thing that he sowed upon us.
Correct.
Us meaning those of us that we didn't do anything, and then all of a sudden we started catching all of this. Well, those things are happening to him. I can see it, I can feel it, I can smell it. He shows it in his content, his videos. He's trying to mask over it. And one thing with me, especially being in law enforcement, I see through bullshit like no tomorrow. Like
Correct.
that's I have to
Correct.
I have to accurately pick up on whether a person is telling the truth,
Right.
lying, whether it's kids, whether it's adults, how they're feeling at the moment. Because if I get that wrong, that could make a difference in a situation, like a big
Correct.
difference.
Correct.
So I clearly see he's trying to overcompensate in that. That was the one of the main reasons why he posted the baby picture. He wanted to try to make it seem like he was all about family. That's why he was speaking
It
on
was a
that, doing
false
it.
situation. It was not authentic. It was not authentic at all, Brainwaves.
No.
It
And where
took
was his mom?
it took a video like that to try to tell his audience, or really try to tell you guys, because you family men, that he's not a family man. It's not in him. And it's many guys like him. That's Esau. That's like that. It's just, ladies, what you have to understand is, I've been with ladies that have children. I've been with ladies that didn't have kids, that may raise their nieces or nephews because, the mother's not in the picture, the father in the picture, Lord forbid they deceased, right? And I know more about children not having my own that I know of than he does biologically with these ladies. And I believe him going to the South, he tried to escape whatever entities he brought. He brought it. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna tell you something. When I went to Florida, I made sure all of New York was out of me. I'm gonna tell you why, Brainwaves. When you go to another state, y'all, whether you have a family or not, let me teach y'all something. You want to make sure you have a clean slate because people going smell it on you. People gonna pick it up on you. And I remember when I was working at that hotel, and it was a Floridian and a Georgina. It was so hilarious. It was just like when I used to work for Delta in New York. You had an American and a England person fighting over for my attention. And so the Floridian was like, "These Georginas can't drive for nothing." I say, "You know what? Yeah, you right." And then the Georgina like, "Well, here's my tip." And then the Floridian is like, "Here's my tip." It was fun. It was fun. And then you had I guess it was a Georgia team and a Florida team college thing going on. So they had a big thing. This is before they let me go. And they had a big thing going on, and then they rented out the hotel. So the Georgia team, college football team, the Florida team. I forget what's the college in Jacksonville called? Because I think the Bulldogs played them. You know what I'm talking about, Brainwaves. I'm trying to think of the team in Jacksonville. Oh man. Somebody let me know in the comment section that watches college football. So you had them there. One of the Georgia was it Georgia University? I don't remember. I know it's a Georgia team. So they came they came on the bus, some of them drove down there. It was we got the best college and we got the best ladies. And then the Floridian ones come say, "Oh no, we got the best lady." They telling this right in front of me. They say, "Sir, who you choose?" I said, "Uh oh." I said,
Choose wisely.
look, Georgina, I love the old school Georgina. I don't know about this Georgina. And the reason why I say I don't know about this Georgina is because they picked up the northern state ways. Floridians, for the most part, have not accumulated. There's a lot of people from the north, yes, that's moving down there, acting a fool. They don't realize it's strict compared to Georgia. Florida's more strict than Georgia right now. More strict. And so that's it. It's about there's some baddies in Georgia. It's just that the Floridian women just have a little bit of an edge when it comes to hospitality. They're a little bit more nicer in my perspective. And they haven't been tainted with the Ibarati conversation. You get my drift, language, in comparison to Georgia, you know. So that's a friendly thing. And I think what this leads to Nubreed is that when he went to Florida, he didn't know he didn't know how to handle the situation because it was too much for him to deal with. It was so real. It was so real that I think that was the calmest he ever been on the internet. Because when you look at his Florida tapes, even though he took it down, that's when he's the calmest. He was very calm. And I think even that said, he still can't figure his way out. He's too confused. You, as a man, you're not supposed to run out of material. You should not wait on somebody else to talk about something. That means you're not sure about it. And when you look at the content, even with his celebrity thing, he's not sure about it. He hasn't figured out his niche because it's not authentic. He has a huge following based on other people's content. The same thing with Mark the Messenger. Y'all seen that video? He dancing around. He dancing around. He don't know what to talk about because he's seen the party scene with me. So he dancing to a brother's Hebrew song on his Mark the Messenger podcast, and he's like, he's confused. He's confused. Oh, we got
Yep.
Selena. We got Selena in the house. How you doing, Selena?
Hey y'all.
What's up, Selena?
I just came to join my brothers up here today. How's everything going?
We doing good.
It's going
Yeah.
awesome. My life is complete now. Now that Selena's here, the circle is complete now.
Yeah, no, that's right.
Yes, yes, yes. That made me laugh. But I just want to come up here and just chop it up with you guys for a little bit. I'm not gonna stay too long. I have to get up early in the morning. But I don't. I kind of hear what you guys are talking about, but I will say it is very essential sometimes to get some breaks doing YouTube, sometimes doing your content, because you can get caught up in the matrix. And what I mean by that is you forget how it feels to have a life. And for the last few days, me taking a break, I think I went live. What was it, Saturday? I think it was Saturday. I went live for a short time, that you guys came up, and like I have just really been chilling. Like I just don't understand how people can just be on here all the time, because you will get caught up in some stuff being on here. And I just realized that yeah, my life is more important than YouTube. I was getting caught up in the matrix, and I was forgetting how real life feels. Um, and it's just a lot going on here. It's a lot of negativity. It's a lot of negativity going on in the world. And then when you come on social media, it's even more, because people can hide behind their computers and their phones. And it's just really, sometimes it's just really draining being on here. I don't know. Do you guys feel like that, or is it just me?
You
It
want to
don't
go,
really
Rollo?
bother
Okay.
me. It don't really bother me as much. It do be points that I have withdrawals. I will say more so of that. I try not to get too, how they say, too much invested in the negativity, sort of say. I just bring out the point of when these for the people to watch out for, because it could affect the audience. You're right about that, Selena. At the
Hmm.
same time, you have to have thick skin, which you do have thick skin, by the way, because you definitely know when you go in, you go in, and rightfully
Yeah.
so. I don't play games. I know that. It's just
Yes, indeed.
it's good to take a break and have validations and do different things. You know, yet when you're in an environment that you don't want to be in, you kind of like don't force it, but you don't. It's like this, like with my situation. If I'm in Florida, yeah, I'm still gonna do content. Yeah, I'm gonna be more outgoing, doing more
Hmm.
things because I'm in my environment. When you're not in your environment, like this guy's not in his environment. You know what I'm saying? Nubreed, he's not in his actual environment, and the reason why is because he don't know how to embrace certain things. So that's how a lot of people get caught up in the matrix. You get my drift? Not
Yeah.
saying anyways, it's just that a lot of people on the internet, they're not happy where they at, and this is their only line of defense. But when I get back to Florida, I'm going to be still doing content. It's going to be even better than what it is now. And it's just so much going on that, like how Brainwaves and how you doing your thing with your school and everything, Ringo doing his thing with his content, taking time off with his wife, his kids, going different places, exploring different options in North Carolina. That's what it's all about. That gives you
Hmm.
better content to do when you have some peace. But when you have too much crazies around you, yeah, you gotta sometimes knock them off once or twice, and then go about your business and have fun.
Yeah, and that's what I kind of discovered too. To just because I was hearing from people was calling out my name all weekend while I was out having a good time. I'm like, dang, this is pretty interesting how you ain't worried about people, but they worried about you. And I said that just goes to show people don't have a life. Their life is YouTube and social media. So but it's pretty interesting. But yeah, I just decided, kind of like, I listened to you guys on Saturday when you guys came through, and I was like, you know what? regardless if these people continue to keep talking about me, continue to keep bringing my name up and stuff that that's a lie or happened 3 years ago. I just have to keep going because people are gonna talk. That's what people do on here, and I just don't have the energy, nor do I have the emotional investment to deal with it. Um, and I'm like this: if I can't put my hands on you, then it's just a waste of time. What do you think about that, brainwaves?
My
Brainwaves
bad,
clock.
y'all. No, I'm
Uh-huh.
good. I don't know, something popped up on my phone, so I was
Hmm.
trying to get that to close out so I can come off of mute. What I was gonna say is that a lot of people have to remember the reason why they got on YouTube in the first place.
Right.
And for most people, to me, what I see is a lot of people aren't content creators. They get on YouTube for fame and fortune. It's just like folks like, yeah, I can rap. Yeah, I can play basketball, football. I'm about to be in the draft. I'm gonna be the next pick. And they don't get on here because they truly enjoy what they do. And
Right.
then two, it is a bit of their whole life is consumed with it. And even biblically speaking, we're supposed to fast and take
Mhm.
breaks. There's time you're even supposed to fast from your spouse. The scripture talks about that. You can abstain from sleeping with each other, lest the devil tempts you, meaning you both agree for whatever. Maybe you working on something, y'all tired, you sick, whatever it is, you fast. So what a lot of people don't do is they don't take those breaks like y'all were saying. They don't
Right.
take breaks. They don't focus and bring balance into their life outside of social media. Like if you go hard on social media, then there's times where maybe you fall back and then you go hard in your actual life. But
Right.
when you have issues in your actual life that you're running from and you're trying to create an identity of who you are on social media because your actual real life sucks and has fallen apart and you refuse to do the things that are necessary to repair it or get it into a state that it needs to be to create balance, then
Hmm.
this is where we have a lot of people on social media just they have nothing else. And what's dangerous about that is if, say, the internet crashed or these platforms crashed or they just changed profoundly to where the way that we go about them, I don't know, anything like that could take place. If something like that were to take place, these people would be done. They would be just like the wealthy people who, like when the markets crash or something happened, they go jump out of the window.
Right.
This is a big portion, and people have to really focus on that. It's something that even you find like actors, for instance, actors and actresses, they'll film a movie, they'll work on it 6 months to a year and a half, 18 months to film a movie, depending on how big it is, how popular it is, or what have you. And then when they're done, or they're done with those string of movies, then they take a break.
Right.
They take a break. You're like, where's so and so? Same thing. You do an album. You spend all that time in the studio. Then you got your collaborations. Then you go on tour if you're going on tour. And then when you get done on tour, you kind of chilling. You just riding off the
Mhm.
success. Or if you do something, maybe you do something light. And so there's no balance out here in social media. And there are people that are teaching this, but the people that really need to listen just aren't listening, and
Wow.
that's what's creating the drama, like what you just did, Selena. Prime example. You said you were just out, you took some time off. Listen how refreshed you sound. Your
Hmm.
experience, you're like, hey, I'm doing great. Even if you wanted to do some content, think about that energy that you captured while you were away, and then just imagine if you talk about something, I don't care what it is, the viewers are going to pick up on that energy. They're like, wow, I don't know whatever Selena was doing, like, wow, her content is just that much better. And so
Right.
everything is about energy when you think about it in life. God breathed his breath of life. If you don't believe in God, then protons, neutrons, and electrons, you believe in energy at the atomic level or what have you. And we vibrate. Everything vibrates. The you see them going back and forth very quickly under a microscope. So we're
Mm-hmm.
vibrating. If your energy's off, then your content's going to be off, and your
Right.
response to people on social media is going to be off. And so it's not being taught anymore. You don't really have product like artists development and those departments, and people just don't care. They believe, hey, I can talk about anything because it's a popular topic, or anyone because they're popular or known in whatever sector. I can just do this repeatedly because I see others do it.
Uh-huh.
And it's just like the new 9 to 5, as people would say. You
Right.
have to take a break. You got to take days off. You got to observe those. And I'm just, holidays. I know some people don't celebrate holidays, but I'm just making a point. You have to get that balance. Like, it's the weekend. So take a break, whether your weekend is in the middle of the week, the beginning of the week, the end, or what have you. But people have to take those breaks. But again, they're
Mhm.
escaping. What I find is a lot of times people escape on social media. They're escaping the
Right.
problems of their life. And that's not a healthy escape. That's a dangerous escape if you're not built for it. Um,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people are not tough. It's just like being a celebrity. If you're not built for being famous or well known, going in certain positions where everyone's going to have to see you, know you, like you work at the drive through, for instance, I don't know, drive through at the front desk at a fast food place. If you're going to be
Mm-hmm.
working there a lot, everyone's going to see you. So you need to be prepared mentally that I have to deal with the public, good people, bad people, crazy people, mean people, nice people, all of that. It's the same thing on social media. And most people don't have that fortitude, as someone would say. That's an inside joke. They don't have that mental strength to actually handle it, especially when it
Right.
comes their way. And even if you can take it, then you got to take a break and get your refresh and then come back. Just like on the job, it's like, hey, I got to go on break, y'all. Hey,
Uh-huh.
hey, can somebody come take this for me? So
Right.
we have to recognize that, and you have to have people around you, like coworkers around you. Like, we're all coworkers. You're a coworker, Selena. Rollo's a coworker, technically speaking. And so we're gonna look out for each other because we work for the same company. We're in the same area, what have you, and we're just gonna make sure, yeah, I got it. Yeah, you go ahead. Okay, what you need, et cetera, et cetera. But a lot of people don't think like that. They're just like, it's just about me, me, me. And if you do that in any sector, I don't care if it's sports, if it's corporate, if it's in the religious sector, it doesn't matter where you go. You're gonna get gunned down at some point. I don't
Yeah.
like him. I don't like her because they are out for self, and all they care about is them, and they're not recognizing and being conscientious of their coworkers' needs. Not to say you got to just bend over backwards, but you got to at least have some type of care. Like, if you show people you care, then generally you'll get that back. But when you show people you don't care through your actions and words, it doesn't it doesn't sit good for you.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. Yeah, Rollo, you have anything you wanted to add to that? I don't want to over talk.
All right, so I'm gonna say this: if you think about this whole ordeal, it all started with him not people in particular, not only him per se. It's just people in particular, right?
Mm-hmm.
They when they go into a certain environment they're not used to, the only way they could get your attention is speaking things about you that's not true to try to draw you into their world because their world is so toxic and boring
Mm-hmm.
and so distasteful that everything you touch is pursuing for greatness. You want to see greatness in people, yet they don't want to see greatness in you.
Right.
It's like when you see that and you don't even think about them, they think about us more than we think about them. It's like
Exactly.
a relationship you have with somebody, and for the first time they touch you in certain places, or you touch them in certain places that they haven't been touched in before. And I'm talking about conversation, I'm talking about networking, I'm talking about being around certain people that they thought they would never be around, and they don't know how to behave. Before you even do something with each other, VI, and Cortez, I call it now. That's my terminology because we on YouTube. So when you deal with in Cortez with somebody, they don't even know how to behave with that. So when you give them something they're not used to, it's like a fix for them. Yet you already have the experience. So
Mm-hmm.
instead of embracing the experience, it makes them feel some type of way like they weak minded, feeble. So when you show them something that they're not used to seeing and it happens so quickly, they want to attack you. I just let them be. I let them be in their own vomit. I'm not going to your vomit. I let
Mm-hmm.
you know about your vomit. I'm not going with you to the vomit. That's the difference. I'm gonna let you see your vomit. So my hands is clean with the Lord. So when it comes for the judgment, he looks, he asks me these questions, and he gonna look because he see all know all. He know what we do, what we not doing, what do you do in the dark, come in the light. So it's like continue to focus on the greatness that you have around you, Selena. You have greatness around you. You sounding more happier. You sounding more energetic. You're doing what you're supposed to do as a daughter of Zion. And now that they see that, they want to have a piece of it because they never thought you would go to that next step, and you did.
Right.
And that's bothering them.
Right. Well,
I'm doing
I'm definitely happy, guys, that like I told you, I don't know if I told you this Saturday, but I'm definitely glad that I met you guys. You, Miss E, and Brainwaves, and it's another young lady, her that's very talented, trending with Sharice.
trending with Sharice. Yep.
Hmm. And yeah, and of course, brother Ringo. But I am definitely happy that you guys really, just really kind of just took an interest in the things that I had going on, and even being a part of my platform. You guys have encouraged me when I wanted to really just throw in the towel. So I have to say thank you for that. Just kind of seeing how you guys have, maneuvered regardless of what has been going on. You guys stick together, and and you speak the truth. And I just want to say thank you so much for um, just showing me some love and support. I really appreciate that, like for real. Because most people, if they're bigger content creators than you, they usually not. They don't care. They're just about their platform only. They're not trying to help nobody. And I thank you that you even took the time to even come on my platform to do those interviews and stuff. So that just says a lot about you guys. You're not an opportunist. You're not looking to gain anything from me. If anything, y'all could be looking at me like that. But I thank you for showing me love and showing me support. I really do. And just thank you.
Absolutely, absolutely, Selena. Go ahead, Brainwaves.
I was gonna say the same thing. Yeah, this is what genuine people do. We support, we show love, we give thanks, and we do it out of the kindness of our heart, not with
Hmm.
expectation of receiving anything back. Now, it
Right.
doesn't mean you don't receive. I mean, a lot of times the irony in that statement is that you do oftentimes receive a support back and et cetera, et cetera. But it's just generally doing what you know is right especially when you recognize other people that are right and that have the
Right.
right intentions and the right causes. If we can't support that, then something is terribly wrong. And so, we just move accordingly. I'm very happy and encouraged by the support. The other day, the women that was on your panel, Selena, and
Right.
just the things to come, like what's happening in the community, where we can have conversations just like now, and there's no fighting going on, there's no bickering, there's no hate. There's no, well, I want to get what he got and she got, and let me see if I can set this, like, there's none of that maliciousness. And
Mm-hmm.
this is what we have to get back to, because if we expect to change the flow of content, then we have to be that spark, we have to be that energy that I was talking about, that's going to bring about that change. If we
Right.
are looking for others to do it, I'm not saying they won't do it, but I'm gonna say something that the Most High has told me repeatedly in my life. Quit looking for someone else to do what I called you to do.
Right.
So that's what we're doing, and it's going to get more and more popular, as mentioned before, and people are going to be hungry for it because everything is toxic. So we've become toxic to the toxicity. The toxicity has become toxic, and
Mm-hmm.
people are expecting and looking for more. So that's why a lot of content creators right now are going to end up burning themselves out, because they're not going to do any of the things that we all mentioned that should be done. And it's just a byproduct of the situation. They're going to get burnt out, they're going to quit, get tired, whatever's going to happen, and they will leave platforms, et cetera, et cetera. And that'll just leave the space open where people like us will come in to fill the void. It doesn't have to just be us, but it's people like us, and we're creating a more encouraging environment. I know people think that, well, in this time and everything is getting worse, that can't happen. That's that fear mongering speak. That's what they want us to believe won't happen. They want us to believe that it's just going to get worse and worse and worse, and we're not capable of creating an environment that we interact with that will be better. And that's just not the case. We can create the environments that we interact in to be better if we choose to. It's all in what we choose to do.
Very, very, very true. Very, very, very true on that. So another thing I'm gonna say to my southern hospitality folks is that, when you look at everything that's going on, there's so much happening down there for the betterment of our people and those who are willing to participate into something great. And these set individuals that have issues with us, they have nothing great to look forward to, and that's on them. We're not gonna be concerned. I'm
Yeah.
not concerned because you're not feeding us. So we're just gonna call you out when it needs to be called out, when the Most High intends for us to call it out and keep it moving. We got too much stuff going on, opportunities such as never before, and that's bothering them because ain't nobody call. When they go off live, they have nobody to talk to. They can't even figure out how to face themselves. So how the heck can they lead the people? They can't lead nobody. They can't even lead their own. They can't even lead their own content without us.
Mm-hmm.
Because when they say we talk about them, she'll be back. I know she's in and out service. When we talk about them, we breaking down what they doing wrong and calling out their efforting. Otherwise, we ain't thinking about them like that, like they think we are. They on our minds 24/7.
Right.
Very obsessive. They wait for you to come on so they can have something to talk about. They would stop doing whatever they so called doing.
Mm-hmm.
Get a notification about you. Oh, I gotta see what they saying. It's I'm mentioning. Hello, hello, I'm here.
Right.
I was watching. I'm upset. I'm gonna download
Yeah.
the video.
Exactly. And some of them even have the nerve to make fake accounts so that they can watch you and stuff with their weird ass.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I think that is so weird. I'm not investing in people like that. Like that's weird to me to be so invested to people that I don't know. But I'm like, hey, if that's what you want to
Yeah, we
I
gotta
think
wait till.
we lost Selena for a second with her
Yeah,
signal.
she'll be back. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Like this is good, Rollo. This is good. Yeah, there she is.
Yes.
yeah,
Mhm.
I don't know what's going on, so I guess I need to kind of step down and leave because it keeps doing it and I don't understand why. So
Is it
but
is
yeah.
you out, is you out and about, or is a server in your area is raining?
No, it could be because somebody was, texting me, and so maybe that might have affected it. But so far everything is okay. It's calm right now here.
Yes. Oh,
But
you good now?
yeah, but yeah, like I was saying, were you saying something before I jumped off? Y'all saying something?
No, he was
Not
saying this is
really.
this is a good show going on. We have it. That's what he was saying in retrospect. Brainwaves.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Like I said, I just want y'all to know that because, like I said, I like to give people their flowers, while they can, still hear, smell, hear, whatever. I like to make sure I let people know how they have helped and encouraged me. Because you guys know when y'all first started out, you had a lot of things going on. You was trying to figure out how to do things. Can y'all hear me? This
Yes, we
thing.
can hear you.
Okay.
We can hear you.
Trying to figure out how to get things done and how not to get too much into the mess, how to just have a balance and everything. So that's just kind of what I'm learning to do. And I always take, well, I'm going to just say this. I do accept constructive criticism when it is, when people are being malicious and when people are really being trying to help you and to get better in your craft. So I thank you guys for the constructive criticism and the encouragement. And yeah, just keep doing what you're doing, and we're gonna try to. I guess like I said, Saturday, I want to support you guys, and y'all support me, and because that's what it's about. It's not all about me, myself, and I. That's what's wrong with the world today. Everybody about for themselves. They don't want to help other people. They don't want to encourage other people. It's just about what they want to do. And so I'm glad to meet guys that's like you because, like I said, I have dealt with too many weirdos on this app that are just they're so diabolical and manipulative and fake. It's like disingenuous. People that are just disingenuous. It's just like it's so it's so. I would say it's just a lot of that going on. um People are not trying to be real. It's just they just fake, and I always have to look at that woman in the mirror and make sure that I stay on course, that I don't get out there trying to impress other people. For what? I don't know these people. At the end of the day, and at the end of the day I have to be true to me. So those are the things that I've learned being on here. um and just like I said, people like you, y'all really help me to just stay focused and not get so distracted to where I'm just like, I'm done. you know I'm done, because sometimes you get tired of having thick skin. You just want to lash out and tell these people what you really feel, and sometimes you even want to feel like you want to pull up on these folks, but like I said, it shouldn't get that serious. But sometimes folks get on your nerves to the point that's how you feel sometimes. you know but I just want to say, you guys, thank you. I don't want to keep rambling on and on. but I just want to make sure you guys know that thank you so much for your love and your support. It is needed, and I appreciate it. And that's it.
Likewise, Selena. So you say you're gonna come on this Saturday, right? More likely.
Oh yeah, we said something about Friday, right? I got to get that worked out what we're going to talk about. I'll get with you guys on what we're going to talk about on Friday. Did I say Friday, or did I what day did I say?
You mentioned Saturday. She said Friday or
I think
Saturday, Broncos.
I can't remember. I can't remember which one for sure myself, but hey, either way, I mean, we can make either one happen. So
Correct. Absolutely.
Yeah. Um Let me see. I'm gonna have to do some work because I'm going now. Saturday, I'm going to the Grambling and Preview game, and so
nice.
that's Saturday, and I forgot what time. I think it's later that evening, but it might I might be a little busy. So let me check and see how I'm going to do this. And then Friday, I have another prior engagement. I'm gonna have to get get with you guys so we can get
Yeah,
this
we come
date and
more,
time.
more likely the Alette show is going to happen on Thursday. And what we 6 days? We in the 6 day. Normally she does it every week. If that's the case, I already did a breakthrough of the other people coming
Mm,
from season 2. So we could talk about that, you know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
it is going into that season. People are looking for relationships. I talked about it earlier. I was over by Cortez channel, and him and his wife does, talk about different stuff, and they was talking about it too. And I had a
mm,
lady from the Pop the Balloon comment under my comment on their chat. And upon doing research, they trying to get me to come on. I said, I ain't getting on a New York Pop the Balloon show. I'm trying to get back to Florida. This ain't gonna work.
yeah, yeah,
Hey,
yeah,
yeah, I can't
yeah.
be dealing with no more New York ladies right now. It's too hot, especially with this city thing too. Shoot.
Oh yeah, I'm excited. I'm gonna get with you guys probably by tomorrow. I'll be talking with you. Just had like you guys have a lot going on, trying to balance life. Um, so I'm gonna get it together. But like I said, we're gonna get it together, and not this week, but the week after. I'll be out for a whole week. We have a fall break, so we that would probably be a good time where we can do some more content together too. But I will definitely be getting back with you guys by tomorrow. You guys have a wonderful night. I hope I didn't
No,
bore
you
you
didn't.
guys. I know I took you off of I think I kind of took you off subject a little bit.
Oh no, no. You basically
No.
was on the subject. No, no, you definitely was on the subject.
And no
Okay.
bore. And no bore.
No,
Yeah,
no
'cause
more at all whatsoever. No.
yeah, because I can talk. So, but anyway, love you guys, Teresa's Pieces, and basically, I'm just saying I really, really appreciate you so much. And shout out to Miss E. And I'm gonna get her name right. I did pretty good Saturday. What did I called her? I said Miss Ethereal. I had a
Nice.
problem saying her name for a minute. Ethereal, Miss Ethereal. Shout out to her and the lovely Miss Akimi came up there. So these are women that you can support and that will support you back and they actually have something of substance when they talk. So and it's a few women like that on this platforms. So it's some women on here that have that type of mindset. But like I said, I guess the other ones they stand out the most because they're just ignorant. But anyway, don't let me go down that road. I've been down that last week, so I'm gonna get off of that before I go into something else. But guys, I really appreciate you, and I'm gonna get off of here and go to sleep. So
All right,
y'all
enjoy
have
the
a
rest of your
wonderful
night.
night.
All right.
Thank you. You too, Selena.
All right. Bye.
Take
All right,
care.
bye.
Bye bye, Samina. Yeah,
And
that's
that
good.
actually sound like a plan
Good, good.
too.
Yeah, that's good. She came on. Yeah,
Yeah,
brought some great validity to the platform.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Now that cannot be duplicated
no,
unless they're rolling the same way. That's one thing that cannot be copied. They try, and I noticed that. I noticed the like, oh, let me have some folks on my panel. Let me try to make it seem like, I'm all lovable and all that stuff. It's just a bunch of cap. People can tell when things are genuine and when it's not. It's the energy.
correct.
Just like when you're talking to women or even the women interacting with men, on the relationship scene, dating scene, either you got the right energy or you don't. If you got the wrong energy, like it don't even matter what you say, really. It's just, do you have the right energy? That's what they checking for.
That's correct.
But
They
yeah,
don't
they
know.
don't.
They don't know how to put themselves in an appropriate manifestation. They just have. It's a force. And even when he had a panel, it was force. It wasn't no authenticity.
That's true.
It was no balance. It was just all over the place, arguing back and forth. And see, that's that individual try to come on your platform when you had the other guy, the gentleman coming on, speaking on his behalf of the Nubreed experience,
Yes.
and I already exposed him. And at the same time, they arguing about scriptures and to that Old Testament character.
Hmm.
It's not saying we're not trying to see when you talk about Christ, you got to show them scriptures that he's not fully aware of. Because it is two types of Christ. The one on the cross is the devil.
Yes.
The one that was on the tree is the actual Christ. And there's two depictionaries, you know what I'm saying? Because they took some stuff out and add some stuff. So he don't know that's what they should have told him when he came on the platform, you know. Tell him to look into that and then come back and have the conversation, you know. So
Absolutely. Yeah, I think I'm gonna probably do the same thing because it's
yeah, I'm
later
about to
here
go
than
off
it's
talking
Selena's
to
time. We on the
yeah.
same time zone, so
We are no actually we didn't go an hour back yet. She's 10 o'clock.
yeah, yeah, she's 10.
When we go back an hour, we would be the same time as Texas.
Yeah.
The only good thing about Florida and Georgia is that it gets dark around in Florida at 8 o'clock. What time it gets dark in the wintertime down there for y'all?
Uh Here it's like it's almost 8.
Seven
It's
fifteen,
like it's like anytime between 7:15 and 7:45.
7:45. Yeah.
Between that time, that's when it actually will start getting dark.
During
Somewhere in between there.
during December to February.
Yeah, like during that time. Occasionally, if we got like a bad, like a super cloudy day or something like that, it might get dark like right at 7 o'clock or something. Um,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
on just a regular, it's cold or whatever, winter clear day, it usually be like 7 something.
7:15, 7:40. So yeah, because if that's the case, because I know it'll be sometimes 7:45, 7:30 to 8:15 in Florida. You know what I'm saying? And now summertime, we sometimes get 10 o'clock. You guys be dark around about what 8:45, 9 o'clock, right?
Well, sometimes it be the same. I won't. Yeah, sometimes it'd be like 9:30 or something. We probably
Yeah.
like a 30-minute difference. That's about what it seems like. Maybe 30 minutes earlier than Florida,
Mm-hmm.
which is not too bad. It's not too
Yeah,
much difference.
especially Miami, man. Shoot. It gets early. What the
Yeah.
crazy part about it is, it get earlier. It be late during the winter time. It gets dark late down there, and in the summertime, the northern Florida gets dark later on than South Florida. It's kind of abbreviated for the most part. Yeah, it gets darker earlier in like Tampa, Saratoga, and all that. It gets because they're near Louisiana. It's like considered. It's not an hour back unless you go to Tallahassee. or I forget the name of the town. It's a known town. You know what I'm talking about. Where a
I'm
lot of
s-
our people stay at. It's not Tallahassee, it's something else. Can't think of the name.
I'm sure I'll know it. Well, I mean, obviously, if I hear it, I'll know. But
Yeah. So, hey, everybody. We thank y'all for tuning in to the show. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate Goten for stopping by Forever Studios. Selena for coming on. Brainwaves for coming on. I already put up the emoji, just a regular emoji, you know. I mean, emojis. I wish you had the laughing track ready.
I know, right?
I mean, the thumbnail, because, yeah, I'm going to stop doing it because I'm talking about emoji like I'm on shorts.
I know, right? Hey, hey, I'm sorry. Them shorts was funny though. That they
You
can
know
say what they want. Them shorts was funny.
Yeah, yeah. All right,
Hey,
brother. Talk to you on the next one. See you on the next one.
yes, sir. Once again, appreciate you for letting me come on.
You're welcome, man. All praise to the Lord.
All praises to the Most High.
All right. See you on the next one, brother. Peace.
All right, peace.
All right, everyone. Thank y'all for tuning in to the show. This is a good one. So once again, Waco 4545, Gold 10. Brainwaves for coming on. Selena also was in the chat, also on the panel. Thank y'all for coming on. Appreciate it. And to Forever Studio. You know, to those viewing in the clouds, thank y'all for liking the video. This is Floridian